make sure that people understand what the credit system is and how it works and how it affects them. Just an example, if you was to purchase a house with good credit, you're probably going to get it at 2, 3, no more than 4%. If you purchase the same house with bad credit or poor credit, as they will call it, you may pay 10 to 14, 16%. And you take $100,000 and that could be worth about $600 to $700 per month for you. And so you think about that and you times that by 12 months, you're talking about $7,000 or $8,000 more for the same exact loan amount. And what we do at A1 Credit Booster, when you first walk in the door or you call us up, we have you get your free annual credit report. And I have the number for that so they can contact me, get in contact with the office for that. And then once they've contacted and got their reports back, we set up a time to sit down and go over their credit history and see how we can help them and what we can do to help them and be a blessing to them.
Okay, and so if anybody is interested in you helping them, they need to first contact you.
Exactly.
And then you will in return help them get a free credit report.
Right.
So it won't affect their credit. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Annual free credit report, you can get them. It's free from all 3 credit bureaus: Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. Equifax is in Atlanta, TransUnion is in Texas, and Experian is out of Philadelphia. And those are the major 3 that give you the scores. They will never be the same from each one. And also on top of that is, even though your credit score has the same as someone else, the blueprint is different. Your credit score is your fingerprint on your financial history. And so you may carry the same credit score, but you may have some derogatory things on your score that somebody else may not. You may have some good things on your score that another person may not. So just because you have the same credit score don't mean the same things are on it, because your credit history is your fingerprint and your blueprint to your financial doings, your financial history.
Okay. And so it's important for us to get that prepared, repaired. If we have some negative things on our credit report, we need to come as soon as possible and begin to work on that, because credit is a commodity that you must have in this society. It's essential. You can't do without it. And so we encourage everybody to stop by. And just give them your telephone number once again.
Again, our location is 3221 Norwich Street, Brunswick, Georgia, 31520. It's next to the old Dunkin' Donut shop across from Greater Hall Temple. And the phone number is 912-574-4598. You can dial extension 102 for me, or you can dial 0 for the operator. And my direct number is 912-712-2620.
All right. And now we're going to go back to Mr. Davis. Mr. Davis, you are the man who have an MBA, is that correct?
That is correct.
And where did you get that MBA from?
Again, that was from Kaplan University, so it was a very fine school. I enjoyed it.
So I know the importance of education. I have a son who also have an MBA, and he got it from Georgia State, and he is now a vice president of SunTrust Bank in Atlanta, Georgia. And so we understand the educational part. So it just says to mean that you are prepared to help somebody in their situation. Is that correct?
That is definitely correct. And again, we have a formula that we like to really say, really kind of live by, is we want to build our wealth. We want to teach others to build their wealth, and we want to all reinvest in our communities. I think that is the key to be successful in life, if you can do that. So if you're building your wealth, I'm teaching others to build their wealth, and then we all reinvest in our community. we got a winning formula for success.
Amen.
And I'm glad to hear you say that because, everybody's sitting back and waiting on looking and trying to see who's going to win the White House because they think their trouble will be over. Regardless of who wins the White House, you got to learn how to do something for yourself. Is that correct?
That is definitely correct. So, even though politics is very important and everything, you definitely should follow it. But we have to really invest in ourselves. We need to invest in ourselves. Invest in the gifts that God gave us. God has given us different gifts, different abilities, and then He wants us to use it. So we need to go ahead and invest in ourselves, invest in others, so we can all reinvest in our communities.
And that's also important. Those of us that have the gift, that has the gift to help others, or have the gift to help others. But we got to learn to start helping those who are less fortunate and helping them to also reach the level that God has expected all of us to be on. So I'm glad to hear that you're saying that you can help those who can't help themselves to go to another level. And I want to encourage everybody to give you a call because you need to, in return, be able to help our brothers and our sisters. I get tired of going down to the courthouse and so many of our brothers, especially our children, on their way to jail for selling drugs and all that stuff. And once they get right out of prison, they go back and do the same thing because we don't have any type of workforce that will keep them out of those drugs and all of the other things that will cause them to be right back in prison. So we need to begin to start helping our community by creating jobs, creating businesses, so that we can share with our brothers and our sisters. I think the statistics said last year, 600 people almost got out of prison and returned to Brunswick. And when they return to Brunswick, they only have like $50. And most of them don't have a job. They don't have any avenue to get back on their feet. And so we would like to say to all of you young men, come and talk to Brother Davis and make sure that he can help you get back on your feet. All right,